Hello, and welcome to another episode of the SITREP. Sleep apnea is a topic that many veterans have asked about. This video is part of a multi-part series on sleep apnea. Check out the video description below where we have links to other videos that cover everything from what sleep apnea is, the symptoms of sleep apnea, can sleep apnea be cured, and how dangerous is sleep apnea, and much more. Hey everyone, I'm Army veteran Mike McNamara, and we are pleased to be joined by Miss Irene Watson, a nurse practitioner and subject matter expert on sleep apnea. Welcome, Miss Watson.
Good morning.
Sleep apnea is a condition that affects over 200,000 new men and women each year. So what exactly is sleep apnea?
Sleep apnea is when there is an obstruction of the airway during sleep. When we sleep at night, the muscles in our necks relax slightly, and the tongue has a natural tendency to go backwards. And the combination of what your weight is and what your genetics are, what mom and dad have given you as far as how big that opening is going to be in the back of your airway, will determine whether that tongue is going to obstruct the airway or not. And when it does, that's called obstructive sleep apnea.
Okay, so is how you sleep going to affect it? So like if I would imagine what you're saying, if I sleep on my back, then yeah, my tongue is going to, but what if I sleep on my stomach or sleep on my side? Does that have, how does that affect?
Yes, position can affect sleep apnea greatly, actually, especially if it's in the mild form of sleep apnea.
Okay.
Sleeping on the side is less likely to fall back, but when you lay supine on your back, it's more likely to happen. And also, people tend to think, oh, I'm a side sleeper.
Right.
But that's not always true. When we do the studies, we see that most of the time, people during the sleep will roll on their back for some period of time, and their obstruction is usually worse at that time.
Okay, so that makes sense. And you said something a little bit earlier, so what are the different types? So it sounds like there's obstructive, there's, I'm assuming there's degrees of severity?
Yes, the major one like that we're talking about today is obstructive. There is something else called central that is sometimes mixed with obstructive. But for the most part, plain obstructive sleep apnea is the way that I described it to you. Central would be coming from the brain, and sometimes there are mixes of both of them. But yes, there are degrees of severity. Everyone stops breathing a little bit when they sleep. If it happens 5 times or less, it's considered normal. If it's 5 to 15, it's mild sleep apnea. 15 to 30 is moderate sleep apnea. And over 30 is severe.
So when you say people stop breathing, is there a certain time that you're looking for? Like, do they stop breathing for 10 seconds, a minute? When you say stop breathing, how do you measure that?
Well, we're actually talking about the episodes of how many times you stop breathing in an hour. So less than 5 means you stop breathing less than 5 times an hour, which is normal. If you stop breathing 32 times an hour, that would be in the severe category. Now, the duration of the amount of time that you stop breathing doesn't really matter in the diagnosis of whether you have sleep apnea.
Okay.
But clinically speaking, if you're having a longer period of time that you stop breathing, then the effects of that sleep apnea might be more severe.
You have questions? We have answers. The SITREP is your trusted source for veterans benefits information with expert analysis and interviews with leaders from the field. To find past shows, podcasts, and other content, search #TheSITREP on YouTube.